Morgan, start us off by sharing your thoughts about opening match against Kansas City. See.
Yeah, super exciting. I think it's just an exciting year for the Thorns, but especially going to go to Kansas and be the first ones to play in their new stadium. I think is something really special for not just them, but us as well. It's a change to women's sports, so something really exciting. This season's going to be something really special. I can feel it, and just how this team has been connecting and how we've just been interacting with each other has been so much fun. And Palm Springs was great in Coachella. That was fun. So just coming back to Portland, it's grind time and we all know it. So we're ready to go.
And Morgan, what does this say about the league to have, the first team to have their own stadium? National television, like Meg mentioned.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. It's very exciting. I don't even know really how to explain it because it's just something. I mean, we're used to playing on one TV and or website. So, that's always been that. So it's not the streaming part. It's just that now it's so much more available for people. I think is huge. It'll be easier to find. I think that's like the biggest thing because I have family members texting me, "How do I watch your game?" Or my grandma texting me, "How do I watch it?" So I think it's just going to be nice and easy for everyone.
And then Morgan, you're coming off a fantastic season where you scored double-digit goals in all competitions. What are you hoping to build on in 2024?
One, not just myself, but I think as a team, continuing to build as a group. I think last year there was times where we were very up and down, and this year we're really hoping we're just going to be up. Every game we're going up. We're never going to go down. Obviously, there are going to be days where you have those little bumps, but how do we come back from that? And I think that's the biggest thing is what this group really wants to work on.
And then just one off-pitch question for me is just how was your off-season? And if you got to do any traveling?
Yes, off season was great. I got to go to Mexico with my family, relaxed, and then just trained.
Hey, so, you mentioned the excitement about playing in Kansas City. How excited are you hearing, about the new Thorns owners and kind of what their plans are pretty similar to what Kansas City has?
Yeah, I mean, I love our owners. I mean, they are amazing. We had actually dinner with them down in Palm Springs, and I actually sat with Lisa, and we just had a great time just communicating and just talking about what we want as a future, but also just getting to know each other. I think that's like the biggest key is who are our owners. People just see them as our owners, but we see them as completely now people. They're not just our owners, and I think that's fun to get to know each other on that kind of level.
And, obviously, a interesting mix of, some new folks, some old veterans. What's that been like kind of mixing everyone together so far?
It's been great. I think everyone's really excited to get this season started, obviously. It feels like it's been forever since we've had a real game. But I would say it doesn't feel like it's rookies or veterans. It feels like we're all just kind of one, which I think is a big thing for a team.
Any other questions in the back? Anything on Zoom? Jen? Okay. Well, I got to.
Morgan Weaver, I'd like to ask you about your ability to cook banana bread.
Why? Yes, I have the ability to cook banana bread, and I've been asked by a few teammates why it has not been brought in. I'm just waiting for my bananas to be brown. So they will be ready soon.
Obviously, one of the things that's been a bit of a talking point across the league for the preseason is having the Gold Cup and losing so many players. But it's also been a time for this team to really get to know its depth and for you to kind of learn how to play off of some other players. Kind of what's it been like in the preseason, getting to know your new teammates, how have they been, and how are you feeling adjusted for the upcoming game?
Yeah, obviously it sucks to lose so many people right when season starts, but it's been so much fun with this group. There's been times, sorry Mike to say this, but last year, I didn't want to come to practice. There was times where I was like, I really don't. It's just dreading, and it just didn't feel like I wanted to be there. And this year, I've not had one of those moments. And it's just so fun to come to practice, and everyone's encouraging each other. It's even if you mess up, it's like, hey, yeah, you messed up, but let's get it better. And I think that's like the biggest thing is just the encouragement from everyone. But it's also people learning different roles. I would say when the national team players come back, they know what they need to do, but there's a bunch of new players that have played with us. And so they're now stepping into this role like, okay, this is what I need to do and this is how I have to do it. And it's just something special because not many people get that opportunity. But with this team, it's been, I mean, a huge opportunity. I mean, Olivia Katoa, I think, San Diego game, she stepped in big time. And so that was really exciting to see her just step into it and be like, hey, this is my role right now. And so it's fun and exciting.
You're one of the veterans, you're a leader. How do you take that on, and how do you plan to address that kind of in this upcoming season?
I still think of myself as the same. I don't think of me as any different. I think, the only thing I can do is just encourage players and just explain to them how I was as a rookie. I think that's the biggest thing is when you're coming in as a rookie, it's so different. It's so new. And you don't know where you stand. I think that's the scary part. When you come into college, I feel like you're standing a little bit more. But once you go pro, it's just completely different. And I think just sharing your story. I remember Liv came up to the first day. She's like, okay, so how was it your rookie year? I was like, well, I had COVID the whole year. That's what we had. We dealt with COVID our first year. So it's completely different, but it's exciting. And I think I'm excited to be a veteran, I guess. It's kind of weird to say since it's only my 5th year in the league. But yeah.